Good morning, everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you for all you taking time out of your day to join us today. We got a really exciting system that we're going to show you, software system. I've got Jeremy Roothouse with Legacy Lock on with us today, and he is going to walk you through what a lot of our agents have been utilizing in not only the seminar space, but in their daily practice with their clients. So I think it's a really good opportunity um, to, as you become, do more and more to become the full financial picture for your clients. This might be another layer that we can add to it. A really great market and opportunity. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Laura Johnson. I've been with IAMS for 15, 17. I don't know. I lost count after 10. A long time. Worked on the new business side for about 9 years. Been on the sales side for about 9. Um, work on the annuity side. So, anytime you need help with anything on the annuity side or anything at all, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to go pretty quickly through few first slides and I'll hand it over to Jeremy. So this shouldn't take long. And then as we go through the presentation today, if you guys have questions for Jeremy or whatnot, you can go ahead and put those in the questions box. So let's just get started. So first thing I'm going to talk about is our new producer bonus. So if you're brand new to IAMS or maybe you're considering joining IAMS, something you've got available, as you can see, there's 5 different tiers. From the first day you get contracted, you got 180 days to participate in this program. And as you can see, it's really a way for us to partner with you with some marketing. So off those first pieces of business that you write with us, um, this is us saying thank you and rewarding with hopefully some marketing campaigns that will help um, grow your business, because that's what we're here to do, is help you grow your business. Once you get done with that program, we do move you into a marketing reimbursement program. So as you can see, we're going to talk about the bottom part first. $100 for every 100,000 of indexed annuity premium. We've got um, $200 for every 100,000 of single premium life, and then $200 for every 10,000 of life target premium as well. So some great opportunities just to be earning that money, and help partner with you on your expenses. We also have a referred producer program. If you guys know, referrals are really important in your business. They are equally as important on ours. Some of the greatest agents we've got, or some of top agents we've got, have come from referrals. So if you've got someone you think could benefit from our services, we have this program, so you don't have to take on the responsibility of a downline, potential chargebacks rolling up to you. So what we do is give you $50 when they get contracted. And then, as you can see, the breakdown for different business, we just kick that back. That doesn't come out of their commissions, doesn't come out of your commission. That comes out of our pocket. So it's just a way to say thank you, and help kick some back to you without having you take on that responsibility of having a downline. If my screen would work. So I always say insurance agency marketing service. The reason I've been at IAMS for so long, the reason I love what I do, is because I love serving people. And that is what IAMS has taught me, is that we want to be number one in the industry for service. That means answering the phone when you call, first of all, helping with case design, walking you through EAPs if you have troubles, helping you with your business, help grow your business, marketing, the new business team, submission to commission support. We want to be there number one when it comes to service. Um, Curtis always says that you get to put us on your staff without putting us on your payroll, and I think that's so true. Let us be here to help partner with you, take things off your plate so that you can stay in the field doing what you do best. So I hope you've worked with IAMS. Hopefully, you know that's true. And if you're brand new to IAMS, well, welcome to the fun experience of good service. So, um, also our website, www.imzinc.com. I'm not going to bore you and go through the whole website, but I'll tell you there's a lot of great stuff out here. I mean, we're constantly putting up there rate changes that are coming up. You've got your sales resource library, which if you haven't checked that out, you should. It is a resource, a library full of a bunch of resources for you, from client presentations, fact finders, financial calculators, everything. Great, great resource for you. You can run quotes out there. We give you access to annuity rate watch, just a lot of really good tools. So I'd encourage you, if you haven't registered for our website, go ahead and go out and do that. If you haven't been on our website in a while, I will mention we have added a couple extra layers of security. So there is a 2-factor authentication you do have to set up now. If you run into any trouble, just give someone on our creative team a call. Also on our website, we have EAP solutions, which you can do your annuity, life, Medicare, all those applications on one single sign on to our website. If you've been out there and recently or going through the changes with us on Luma, I want to just talk on that for just a second. Luma is a new software program that we're working with, and I know there's been some grumblings in regards to this, but it's going to be really great. Oh, it's going to be a really great program for everybody because it's not only going to allow you to do your e-apps out there, but you're also going to be able to track your business. So it's going to tell you when surrender charges are coming up, when your client's systematic withdrawals, RMDs are processed. So it's going to be live feed from the carrier. So as more carriers get on there, it's going to only get better. So encourage you guys to think positively as it. No change is hard, but basically you're going to go through Luma to still get to Firelight. The Firelight system is the same, but there are some extra steps to get there. So if you need a walkthrough with that, Gigi is our EAP specialist here, or give me a call. We want you guys to have a smooth transition as we move to that new platform. So with our creative team, if you haven't worked with them, I encourage you to do so. I mean, if you're new to the business, need a logo, maybe you need a website, maybe you want to do social media marketing, maybe you want a newsletter. You see one of the brochures that comes out from on branded with IAMS and you want it branded for your company. We can do all that stuff here internally. So if you have a project you're considering doing, give your marketer a call. They'll get you linked up with the correct person in the creative department to get that done. Or you can always email them as well. Their email is creative@imsinc.com. For those of you who don't know, we also have a sister company, IAMS Wealth Management. Back when the DOL was looming over our heads, Charles and Steve said it's time. Charles Jr. now runs that wealth management team just down the street from us. Same service standards, same owners, same kind of company. I mean, you're going to get the same service there that you do here over on the insurance side. And we work together all the time. I'm working with Duncan and Zach on a daily basis because a lot of our advisors are the same top as our agents, so we're working on both sides together. One thing I'll mention is we've got 2 platforms on this. Number one, if you're 65 registered, is a great opportunity. And I can always get you linked up with Duncan. But I really want to talk real quick on our Client Direct program because I know some of you maybe are like, I never want to get in the security side of the business. And I understand, but what I like to pose to people is if you go into a household and you got $500,000 on the table, we know that Athene or North American or whoever is only going to take maybe up to 70% of that, right? So we're saying we've got 350 that we can put in annuity. What are you doing with the other 150,000? Because if you're not doing something with it, you're just allowing another financial advisor to be involved because you can't manage it. So we came out with our Client Direct program. Zach Regan, Chad handle that, where they will partner with our agents who don't maybe want to get registered. They'll handle the security portion. You handle the insurance. You'll be involved in all the meetings, but it's just a way for you to still know that all that money is in your control as far as controlling that client and not losing it to another advisor. Also, if you're like studying, we had a couple guys recently who were studying for their exam. In the meantime, used the Client Direct program, had 3-4 million in assets already under IAMS Wealth Management under Zach. And when he got registered and passed his exam, he had $3 to $4 million put right under him right away. Could start making money on that right away. So if you're studying, I encourage you to consider that program. If you're at the end of your career, maybe, and you're looking to exit the career, consider that program. It's a really great way for you to, like I said, be in control of everything with your clients, but then also potentially build those assets up if that's something that you're looking to do. So if you are interested in anything with IAMS Wealth Management, just go ahead and answer yes. All that's going to do is have Duncan give you a call and answer any questions you may have. So the faster we answer the full questions, fun fact, the faster we get going. Give you guys just a second to answer that question for me. You only have to listen to me for about 2 more minutes. And it's fun things we get to talk about next. All right, so 2 more slides. I got Life and Annuity Academies. These are not Annuities 101. It's not life insurance 101. It's not teaching you how to sell. These are in-depth concepts, strategies, techniques, ideas. We bring in some of our top producers who tell you exactly what they did to go from writing 1 million to writing 6 million. A lot of great material. We bring in a lot of keynote speakers as well. I will say we are done doing them for this year, unfortunately. No one likes to come see me in Nebraska during the winter, I guess. It's a little cold or something. So the next one will be probably late March, would be my guess, or first part of April. More to come on that. But if you are interested in maybe attending one of these, just go ahead and answer yes, and we'll put you on the potential list. Also, while you guys are answering this question, I will say keep your eyes out for emails from us for mid-January. We're going to be doing our virtual kickoff meeting where we have a lot of keynote speakers. It's all virtual. We'll have a lot of our carrier partners on there. We'll be doing a lot of giveaways. It's just a really great time to kind of kick off the year, get everyone motivated at the beginning. So be watching for that coming up. I think it's going to be probably around the third week of January, but we'll be probably pushing out the marketing on that in late December. So just keep in mind. And the last thing I got to talk about is a trip because everyone likes trips. We actually do 2 different trips. The other one we haven't not announced yet, but this one is our trek to Quebec. For the trip is next August. Takes 5 million trip credits to qualify. Qualification started in January, but we got plenty of time. It goes through the end of June, and then the trip will be next August. So you can scan the QR code or go out to our website and you can get the flyer where you can see all the breakdown on how the points work. You know, index annuities, dollar for dollar, life target premiums like 12 to 1. But you can get that by scanning that QR code. So we'll be announcing our second trip, which is an Athene specific trip coming up here in the next week or 2. I will tell you it's going somewhere on the beach. And we are running double trip credits for the Athene specific trip to the beach for any business written through the end of November. So all October and November business written with Athene counts for double trip credits for that. And that announcement should be coming out, like I said, in the next couple of weeks. So with that, I'm going to hand this over to Jeremy. Jeremy Roothouse again is with Legacy Lock, and so he's going to be sharing their software program and educating you guys in a new fun space. All right, you should be good, Jeremy.
Amazing. Can you hear me and see me?
I can hear you and I can see you.
Amazing. And my screen is correct as well.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. I'm going to give you a virtual round of applause. I don't know if anybody else can hear that, but hey, I just want to give a lot of credit and thank you to IAMS. I kind of came into the IAMS family at the beginning of this year, and we're both in my personal business, but also with regards to Legacy Lock. And a couple of things that I have noticed that are just outstanding are, one, Laura was one of the first people that I met, and it's just been one great service experience after the next. From coming to the home office, the whole 9 yards has just been great. And the thing I want to highlight is she said from contact to commission, and that has been my experience personally, both working with Legacy Lock and IAMS, but also in my personal business and writing things and getting stuff done. It's been fantastic. And then also I'm going to give a short plug on the IAMS wealth management thing as well. I think if this is not an outlet that you have in your business and you're looking to serve people really, really well and not leave dollars on the table, then you really should consider having an outlet for helping them control and manage and use those assets under management that they have. It's one of the biggest questions that people are trying to get answered is, what do I do with these dollars and how do I do that? Primarily with the qualified accounts. And then the last thing I'll say is, if you haven't come to an academy or it's been a long time, I think it's one of the best events that you're going to go to. You're going to get real practical hands-on tools, tactics, techniques, and things like that that you can implement immediately. And IAMS really does want to help you with that. So without further ado, I am Jeremy Roothouse, and I am the Director of Onboarding and Training here at Legacy Lock. And I'm going to teach you how you can use a tool to 10x your business. And so without further ado, I'm going to jump into that. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is the tale of two different businesses. And I think most of us would fall into one of these categories. Over there on the right-hand side of the screen, you see this shiny object guy. For those of you that haven't watched Over the Hedge, I would encourage you to sit down with a child in your life and enjoy this movie. It's freaking hilarious, first of all. And second of all, Hammy is like so many of us, especially the entrepreneurial brains that a lot of us have, is we're constantly looking for something to act upon or do or move faster with or take something off of our shoulders that we're currently doing. And what we find is that the tale of the shiny object business is one that is a bit like a sawed-off shotgun, like really sawed off. And you're constantly shooting, but you're shooting in all sorts of directions. There hasn't been this systematic work, the hard work of thinking, as Henry Ford says, in planning out how do I want to do what it is that I want to do so that I can do it again and again and again and again. What I'm going to share with you is a tool. And I don't want you to have shiny object syndrome with it. I don't want you to say, oh, I have to have this thing, but you've said that 3 or 4 or 5 times in 2024. You've tried it for 30 days and then forgot that it exists. What I want you to do is think about the principle-driven business on the left-hand side. I want you to think about, what are the core values that I run my business with? Who do I really want to work with? What's my ideal client avatar? In my current business system, if I have one, how would Legacy Lock, as I'm going to describe it, be able to be plugged into that and amplify everything that's going on? So usually we have these two businesses. Some folks are running a more principle-driven business with systems and processes, things that can be scaled. Some of us are running the shiny object business like Hammy, and we're all over the place. How can you go from a shiny object business, if that's where you find yourself, into a principle-driven business? And one of the cool parts about how we onboard people here at Legacy Lock is we're dedicated to helping you go from shiny object into a principle-driven, systems-driven business using Legacy Lock as one of those tools, just like you use a lot of the things that you get through IAMS as a tool for your business. I'm going to show you how to make more money, get more leads, and do less work along the way. We're going to talk about a concierge service that we have. So you don't have to go learn something right away and figure it out. We're going to teach you along the way. The key for you is, where does Legacy Lock fit in to my business? So just like I talked about, be thinking about what it is that you currently do, and does this fit? Where would I strategically place this so that I can make more money, get more leads, and have less work? I have a ton of ideas for you along the way, and I'm going to show those to you. I already said this, but I am the Director of Onboarding and Training here at Legacy Lock. Here are all the ways that you can get a hold of me on the screen. So I'll pause here and introduce myself a little bit more. I am a father of 4. I've got 2 grandkids, and we live up here in northern Idaho, and just absolutely love it. I spent 20 years in the military, 13 in the Marine Corps, and then another 7 in the Montana Army National Guard. So a couple of years ago, I technically retired and am doing this full time and absolutely having a great time doing it. But I have been in this industry for about 7.5 years and have learned a ton. From where I started to where I am now, it's been a huge process, and I'd love to share some of that with you guys today. All right, moving right along, we're going to talk about what is Legacy Lock. We're going to go over the Legacy Lock concierge service, how to get started, and then I'll answer some questions for you at the end. Laura also mentioned I have a couple of strategies, if you guys want me to talk about them, that you could potentially implement immediately to use Legacy Lock as a way to get more leads. And I'm happy to talk about that towards the end. So you can fill out stuff in the chat and Laura will keep me up to speed on that. All right. What is Legacy Lock? We say that Legacy Lock is everything that estate planning is not, but should be. Okay. I'm sure that some of you in your businesses have experienced the, what do I want to say? The fun in trying to get estate planning done or helping your clients get estate planning done. Because inevitably, if you're helping somebody with life insurance, you're helping them grow their estate value, if you think about it. Also, whenever we sell a product, we have to do beneficiary designations. Are you helping them correctly align their beneficiary designations? If you're not, that leads in very nicely to, do you have an estate plan? Do you have a will? Do you have a power of attorney? Do you have advance directives? Do you have a trust in place so that your family doesn't have to deal with the probate process that can take years in some states? Legacy Lock powers the legacy planning process. So again, this is a tool, and what we've done is we created a 3-step process that's designed to help clients get their customized estate documents created without having to go to an attorney, without having to, wait on their waiting list just for a call back for 6 or 8 weeks. That's what it is in my area. Correctly fund their living trust, which I'll talk a little bit about here in a second. And then the great thing that we teach is how to do asset protection and optimization of every aspect of their financial life. So what I say when somebody says, hey, Jeremy, what do you do? I say, well, I work with people on legacy planning. And they say, well, what's that? And so I say something along the lines of, well, usually what I'm talking about with people first is, do you have a set of estate documents that's going to protect you in every way that you want to be protected? And more importantly, does it align with every aspect of your financial life? And when I say that, most often they go, no, I've never even thought about it in that way. And they say, well, or if they say, what do you mean? I say, well, do you have estate documents in place? And they go, like a will? Yeah, a will, a power of attorney, and I kind of list out some of the things that we do. And what I'm doing is just engaging in a conversation and a dialogue, and more often than not, that leads to an appointment. It leads to I'd like to know more about what it is that you do. This is another way to talk about all the stuff that we do in the financial world, but it's a lot less intrusive than, hey, do you love your family? Hey, you should have some life insurance. And again, I'm being a little bit snarky here, but the point is, this is an amazing conversation starter. And I will tell you guys, 80% of people know that they should have this done and don't. That means that you have an 8 in 10 chance of meeting somebody. If you meet 10 people in a day, you got an 80% chance that 8 of those, I'm throwing numbers out now, 8 of those people out of 10 are not going to have this done. But what's cool is they know they should. So you have a starving crowd of people. And if you can create a solution for that, i.e. legacy lock, you've got a great way to start the conversation, okay? So create customized estate documents. We can help people in a very systematic way, in a very easy way, create a revocable living trust with some of those options that you see there, and those are all dependent on what the client may need. A certificate of trust, which is something that is not a 50-page document that you can present to a bank or to the county whenever you're funding the trust, that verifies the information that they need to know. We do a last will and testament, financial power of attorney for both, or excuse me, financial and healthcare powers of attorney, and then we do living wills and advance directives. The reason that we do this set of documents is because it all works together, okay? Does a revocable living trust do everything that somebody might want to have done for their estate? No, the answer is not. There's over 80 different types of trusts that are used in the American legal system. Okay, a revocable living trust is a good one to simply do things like avoid probate and correctly pass assets from one generation to the next without exposing them to the government in a lot of cases. The last will and testament. This is your directions to people when you passed. This is what I would like to see happen. And I always tell folks, this is probably better done around the dinner table than the hospital bed. But these are my written wishes that combine with the trust to make sure that what I would like to have happen after I pass is taken care of. The financial and healthcare powers of attorney designate who I would like to be able to speak on my behalf and do certain things if I am incapacitated and not able to do that on my own. Similarly, the living will and advance directives gives direction in my lifetime if I am incapacitated and unable to speak for myself. So all of these documents work together to create a nice system of protection. And then what we do is help people correctly fund their trust. So when you establish a revocable living trust, it's kind of like a safe. And most people don't go get a gun safe and put absolutely nothing in it. If you do, it's just holding down your house and not providing for the results that you wanted. What we see a lot of times is people will have a trust, but it's not correctly funded. Funded is just the, what do I want to say, a legal term for putting things inside the trust, correctly naming it. So some things that usually will go in there are real property, sometimes titled property, and then various assets. We have a lot of conversation going on right now in the Legacy Lock community, which is a 2 times a month training that we do about how to correctly fund the trust, how to help people align their beneficiary statements. And this is what I like to call a write downer. So this is a thing that you can immediately do to get more business, because I want to give you guys value that you can take to the bank today. If you're looking for how to get more folks in the door, one of the things that you can offer to them is ABC Financial Company does a beneficiary designations assessment for you. Well, what is that, Jeremy? Well, how many people have certain financial products, but they're not sure if the beneficiary designations or even what that term means is correctly aligned? Well, we offer that as a free service. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'd love to have somebody tell me if my beneficiaries on my current assets, my current life insurance, my current property is done well. Here's all of my assets, here's all of my property, here's the keys to the kingdom to do what we call a fact finder. Tell me if I've got this right or not. Yes, you do. No, you don't. Here's some things to improve. People are very, very curious to see if they've got things right. This is an assessment that you can offer at speaking engagements, online, on your storefront, through a brochure, a Facebook post, a LinkedIn post, or whatever platform it is that you're currently putting your message in front of people. You can simply say, hey, free beneficiary designation assessment or survey, okay? And that will entice people to say, yeah, I'd like to figure this out. Well, we help them correctly fund that living trust. Most attorneys are not doing this. They're giving you a piece of paper that says, do these things, okay? We help you learn how to do this and walk people through it. It endears them to you. I mean, I can't even tell you how happy people are, because now they feel like some real value has been provided and some real protection gained as a result of what it is that you've done. The third step is asset protection and optimization. So we help people ensure that they are protected from unexpected lawsuits, catastrophic health events, unexpected death, income optimized. Their income is optimized, right? One of the questions I like to ask is, are you relatively certain that if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to have an ever increasing income for the rest of your life? And most people are like, no, I'm not. Great. Let's make sure that you've got some income stability, market risk and volatility, and then unnecessary taxation. In my personal business, I even state, we are going to help you ensure that you're not paying any more in taxes than what's required. Okay, we have a system and a format to do that. So I usually am more participatory in my presentations, but things like catastrophic health events, so this is things like disability income insurance and long-term care. Unexpected lawsuits, so this could be property casualty liability. This could be doing exactly what we did, helping you ensure that you've got a plan for your family in the event that somebody comes after those assets. Unexpected death, life insurance, right? If you die before you would like to, does your family have the economic means that they want? So what's amazing is that we see that Legacy Lock is best used as a tool on the front side of the conversation. But we have clients, we have Legacy Lock users that are putting it in the middle and also at the end. And what it's doing is it's bolstering and it's highlighting some of the things that they are already done with this client and allowing them more opportunities to look farther inside their household economy and see how can we help them. Okay, so those are the 3 steps. To go back over them, we've got create customized estate documents, correctly fund a living trust, and then help them align every asset and aspect of their financial life with that plan that we've put in place through asset protection and optimization. Some of you are like, holy cow, that's a lot, right? How in the world am I supposed to learn all of this? And do I need to become what we would call in the Marine Corps, a legal beagle? You do not. We have a concierge service and we act as an extension of your business. You make the introduction to us. I'll tell you how to do that. We serve your client, and then we transition the client back to you. You can see Batman and Robin have a concierge over here, okay? And he helps facilitate as an extension of what it is that they're doing, like he's part of their business, okay? Alfred acts on the behalf of them. So with our concierge service, we want to act as an extension of your business. You simply fill out this web form, you give us a little bit of information, kind of a summation of how you know this client, how long you've been working with them, what it is that you're attempting to do, would you like to be involved with the communication, the meetings, or there otherwise, and then we'll make sure that that happens for you. From there, we do an initial interview, we verify that Legacy Lock is a good fit, we answer questions, we set the next meeting and collect information. This is where we're, in our initial interview, essentially selling or reselling what it is that you've shared with them before. We want you to tell them, like, hey, you're gonna be able to get a set of estate documents that are customized to you, that allow you to protect against these things, you know, that you wanna be protected against. You need to know some stuff, but this initial interview will solidify and verify what it is that you've said to them. From there, after we collect the information, we're going to do what we call a legacy planning interview. This is about an hour, and we will walk them through the creation of those customized documents online. Okay, this is a virtual meeting, and then we will take the payment. You're not even responsible for collecting the cash. I'll get to what it costs here in a second. We will then we will then generate, prep the documents and ship them to the client. We will also help them with any deed work that needs to be done. For those of you familiar with putting a revocable living trust in place, one of the things that we're going to do is fund it. We do that by transitioning real property deeds from their personal name into the name of the trust. And we're going to provide some funding instructions and then transfer authority back to you so that you can work with them on that asset protection and optimization piece, which is where you really make a lot of the dollars that are available to you, okay? The transition to you is where you take those things, the assets and the real property, and you help them put them into the safe. One of the reasons we do 2 trainings a month is to help ensure that you know how to do that, okay? And if you have questions along the way, my job is training and onboarding. So I can work with you as far as how to implement this into your business. We want it to be as high tech as it needs to be, but also high touch as well. And then the asset protection. So these 2 steps are really your ability to work with them on all things that you do within your financial business, okay? How do you get started? So to become a Legacy Lock licensee, it's $495 annually. So just think, $500 gives me the license and the opportunity to share this with as many people as possible. If you're going to use the concierge service, the cost to the client is $1,995. So if you're thinking about this in terms of marketing, $2,000, right? For $2,000, a client is going to get the opportunity to customize a set of estate documents that can holistically protect them. We are also going to facilitate the whole process. You're going to help them, and we're going to help you fund that trust properly, make sure their beneficiary designations are all set up, and then align every aspect of their financial future or financial life with that plan so that it matches, okay? And for $30 annually, they're going to be able to make unlimited changes, because I don't know about your guys' experience in life, but stuff changes. A plan should be updated, and you should be setting the expectation with those clients that we're going to update your plan over the course of time, okay? Unless you have clients that are doing nothing in life, they're not living, they're not dying, they're not having kids, anything like that, then their plans don't need to be updated. But everybody else that is a human should update their plan. So this allows them to not have to go back to the attorney. It allows them to not have to get on somebody's list or pay more dollars. $30 annually, they can update all of these things. Commission to you for using the concierge service is $300. Now, when you onboard with me, I will share with you the future of how this can look, but we use our twice monthly trainings and our concierge service as a way to get you started and going and making money immediately with this tool so that you don't have a longer learning curve. We want you to immediately go, I think that this is a great tool for me to implement, and have that web form available to you to start referring people day one so that you can immediately make money, get more leads, okay, make more money, and spend less time doing it, because we're going to help you and you're going to learn along the way as we go. Okay, so this is a writer downer. Remember, $500 for licensing, $2,000 to the client, and $30 a month, and then you're going to receive $300 in commission for using the concierge service. And I'll just tell you, there are things after that that we can work with you on. If you own an agency or a firm and you're thinking about this as a tool to implement for everyone, we can have a conversation a little bit farther about how we can help you implement that. Okay. This is a schedule of what's potentially possible. Okay. So remember how I said we're using that concierge service as a way to get you trained? If you want to bring this in-house like I do in my personal business and work with clients on all of this, I've decided that I personally want to be involved with people. I live in small communities here in North Idaho, and my mission for my company is to help people get clarity on what really matters in life, get their legacy documents in order, and then get on with living a purposeful, abundant life. So I want to be involved with this. Some of you will not want to be involved with this, but for those of you that do, you could make up to $1,175 in commission moving forward, and as little as $800. So consider how this could transform your business. One tool could transform your business, increase cash flow, increase leads, and help you make more money along the way. Okay. Let's see here. It says 7 referrals to the concierge service and working with me. I'm going to help you out along the way. We also have a whole team of legacy planning coordinators that are doing the concierge service and helping you learn along the way as well. All right. This is, I'm going to leave this up a little bit, and I'm going to also give you guys some ideas for how you can implement immediately. I'll take a couple of questions if we have time for that, or if we have any questions, and then we'll go from there. So the way that you're going to implement is, you have my information here. You can hold your phone up to the screen. This should lead you to a link that allows you to get on my calendar immediately. You're going to schedule what we call an onboarding meeting with me. We're going to verify that this is a good fit for you, and that it is worth the expenditure, because I don't want you to get something that just is not a good fit. We really want to see you take this tool and be able to use it and make more money within the first 30 days for sure. I'll help you get licensed, show you how to start referring, and then I'm going to encourage you to attend our this is bi-weekly, but it's 2 times a month. It's actually not every other month, because our calendar's funny and some months have 5, or some months have 5 weeks. So 2 times a month training. I'm going to help you set all that up. I'm also, real quick, we talked about creating a beneficiary designation assessment. This is a free tool that you could offer in your business to help get more people in the door. If somebody says, man, I've never even had that done before, don't know what it is, boom, you have an option and an opportunity. Pardon me. The other thing that you have at your disposal is we are finding that a lot of folks, especially if you like to speak, or especially if you like the whole idea of a workshop or even seminars, people really want to learn more about estate planning. It is one of the top 2 seminar and workshop topics that are drawing the most amount of people. Because again, I said 80% of folks know that they should be doing this, but they haven't done it. The top 3 reasons for that, by the way, are cost, procrastination, and the perceived complexity. Guys, Legacy Lock solves all of those things. If you're on one of the coasts, it's about 10 grand, depending on what you're doing, to get something like this taken care of. You've reduced that cost by 80%, not to mention the follow-on costs, okay? In addition to that, this is not complex. I was a knuckle-dragging Marine for 13 years, and I can figure this stuff out. It's really not that hard. We're gonna help teach you how to talk about it and make it very simple for somebody to go, I want to take advantage of that, okay? And then procrastination. How many people just love waking up to go see the attorney? Not too many folks. And again, I'm not bad-mouthing attorneys. They absolutely have a place and should be consulted in many issues. However, there's 100 softwares available for the common person to go get this stuff done. I run into people every single day that think, they have to see an attorney to draft a will, or they have to see an attorney to get a power of attorney. I can show you 12 softwares in 30 minutes that will allow you to do it on your own. But most people are concerned and they're scared. You break down the complexity, you break down the cost, and you break down the procrastination implement in using Legacy Lock, because it's just all right there. You have a concierge team that's able to help them implement, and then there's you as well that helps them align every aspect of their financial life. Okay, so think about presenting this in a room of people. Think about your unique community. Think about the lunch and learns that you've done. Think about the seminars that you've conducted. How awesome would it be to get in front of a room of people and say, I have a way that is going to break down the cost. It's going to decrease the perceived complexity. It's going to help you not procrastinate on getting something done that will cost your family way more in heartache and time than you want them to, because guess what? We're all dying. It's gonna happen. What do you want for your family when you pass? Okay. So we've got, this is a huge seminar opportunity or workshop opportunity, and allows you to have yet another way to get in front of more people. Okay. Remember, more leads, more money, less time. Without further ado, does anybody have any questions that we can answer? And if Laura, you're back on and can help me manage this, that would be
Yep,
great.
I'm here. So the first one says, can the trust allow two individuals or partners on the same trust, on one trust?
Quick answer is yes. We do single grantor and dual grantor trusts. If you have a married couple or a couple, we can put both of them on there, same trust. They're both the trustees. We can also do them for single folks as well.
Okay, the next one, how do you differ from wills and trusts?
I think the question, so how do you differ from a will and a trust? Is that the
That's
question?
exactly, that's what was typed.
Okay, good. So a will is very different than a trust. Remember how I said there's over 80 different types of trusts in America? Well, a will is something simply that states, this is what I would like to have happen. Okay. Your beneficiary designations trump the will, by the way, in a lot of instances. So if somebody writes, I would like my life insurance, proceeds to go to these two people, but that's not what you have on your beneficiary designation, the beneficiary designation holds more weight in the court, right? If it's going to probate. So let me differentiate. A trust, in this case, a revocable living trust, is a entity that you control. You don't own it, right? Because it's its own entity. You are the trustees. So if you have husband and wife, they are the trustees for their entire life. And when they pass, the successor trustee is then responsible for doing what that trust says the original trustees would like to have happen. So in the state of Idaho, you have to go through probate if you own real property and it's owned in your name. So a trust is a way to transfer ownership but not control of something to the trust. This avoids, in most cases, the probate process. So a trust is designed, in this case, to hold assets and real property so that it doesn't have to go through the probate process, which is the legal process of taking names off and settling your estate if you haven't done the work of settling it prior to your death. A will, just a last will and testament or a pour over will, just simply says, this is what I would like to have happen in the event that. What we see is that they should be done in tandem. Okay. In a lot of cases, you'll have attorneys or you'll have other folks that say, oh, well, I have a will. That's great. It will not help you avoid the probate process. Okay. I hope that helps. There's a lot of things that I could talk about with regards to that, and learning that there is a difference first and foremost, and that in a lot of cases, it shouldn't be one or the other, but a client probably wants both. They just don't know that. And that's breaking down that perceived complexity.
The next one, can you create a special needs trust or any other forms of trust with this?
Yes, we can do a special needs. I can roll back through here. Nope, excuse me. See down here at the bottom under the first bullet, it says special needs provisions. So yes, if you have minor children or adult children that have special needs and are getting benefits through the state and federal government, and you're trying to protect that, we can help with that for sure. In addition, I'll point out that those spendthrift provisions, we can write into the trust how you want those funds to be given to your kids if they are minors, or if they're not minors and you don't want them to have it all at the same time. So if you've got millions of dollars going to a couple of kids and they're 19 and a quarter years old and you don't want them to have all of it at the same time, we can help write that out as well.
Perfect. And then I think the last one, well, okay, there's more coming in. Are irrevocable trusts an option?
We do not do irrevocable trusts through the Legacy Lock platform. We do have reachback capability. There's a team of attorneys that help do the compliance and updating on Legacy Lock on a regular basis. We can reach back to them and help get those created. I'm guessing that this is being asked about primarily for Medicaid planning. In that case, this is where you would want to go out and get a good relationship with an elder planning attorney or something like that, so that you can collaborate with them on making sure that that's the case. Irrevocable trusts are in fact that, irrevocable, and so they carry, what do I want to say, a little bit more concern whenever you craft them, because that's it, it's done, it's not unhappening afterwards.
Perfect. And then the last one I see, how do you differ from other companies similar to Legacy Lock?
Yeah, great question. The number one thing that I will say is the legacy planning process helps empower you, the financial professional, to use this as a tool in your business, okay? You don't have to be the expert right away, and we're literally not the experts. We're using information that's available to us to better holistically serve a client. So you can go to rocketlawyer.com and you can do all this on your own. You could also go to ABC Attorney and have them do it. And I kind of think of it in three worlds. Some people want to do it on their own, and that's great. Some people want to go to an attorney, and that's awesome. In the middle, we have the financial professionals, and the majority of people that know they should get this done, but they want a little bit of help. And they also want to make sure that everything is aligned. So the product is not as unique as how we help you implement it and why we help you implement it, because it's the legacy planning process that we teach you that's so valuable.
Then someone else asked, how are the attorneys used for the platform? Like, talk a little bit about their part in it.
Yeah, so Legacy Lock has a team of attorneys in Utah, and their job is primarily compliance and updates from a software perspective, because we can use Legacy Lock in all 50 states. Each of those states have their own nuances, and some of the counties do as well. So those attorneys manage and update, help to update the software and make sure it's within compliance, so that the documents are what we call attorney drafted. With regards to our reachback capability, we have a prearranged $200 an hour cost for getting access to them. So if you're using Legacy Lock as a client, or if you're using Legacy Lock as a licensee and you want to set up a consultation, they're happy to help at $200 an hour. So primarily compliance and making sure that everything is up to date and stays up to date.
Perfect. So that was all the questions. One thing I'm going to throw up real quick, and as I'm doing this, I'll talk a little bit. I'm going to put a poll question up. If you guys are interested in Legacy Lock, talking with Jeremy, I know he had the QR code up there. You can scan that to book an appointment with him on his schedule. But if you're interested, go ahead and answer yes to this, and then I will send out a record later on today or tomorrow, a recording of this webinar, along with additional information on how to get in touch with Jeremy. I will say I have a lot of agents that utilize this software in the seminar platform. And like I tell when we get going on stuff, but first of all, it's one of the top two topics, like Jeremy said, that fill the rooms. And typically we see a little higher net worth out of the people who are concerned about estate planning as well, which is a nice thing for those doing seminars. But then it's something that people are concerned about. The nice thing about it also is that when you're doing estate planning for someone, you're going to uncover all their assets. There's no hiding that Charles Schwab account from you or not telling you about this account over here because it's all going in. Everything's going to be covered when this is all said and done. So that really, lead with the estate planning and then uncover all the other life and annuity opportunities you're going to run into along the way. That's kind of how I view it. That's how I've trained my agents to do it. Um, so yeah, I just encourage you if you are interested, like doing seminars and stuff, it's a great opportunity. One last question that popped up, Jeremy: are we writing these docs, or are legacy lock people doing this?
Yeah, are we writing these documents or is legacy or are we doing this? So what's wonderful is nobody is actually writing them. We're customizing them to that particular client and their wishes, just like an attorney would. They're not writing them either. So they're using a set of software to generate them based off of where they're located. So when we say they're attorney drafted, they're attorney under attorney oversight, the software is generating these documents based off of how we customize them. Hope that answers that question.
I always tell people when I get that question, talking to people about it, is basically the software's got all the words you need there. You're just helping fill in the dots, right? What's your name? Who is this person? What's this? Fill in the assets. You're filling in the spot holes that are in the documents that are already put together.
Yep,
All
exactly.
right. Well, I appreciate you, Jeremy, joining us. We're going to be doing this. We'll be either Jeremy or I, or both of us, probably at some point. We'll be reaching out. Jeremy will definitely get in contact with those who are interested on knowing more. But I will also be sending a follow up email, like I said, once the recording comes out later today or tomorrow, along with some additional information on how you can get in touch with us on this. So appreciate you all coming out today. A lot of great questions, a lot of good information. So hope you all have a great, what's today? Tuesday. And again, thank you, Jeremy.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate you guys.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.